Hey guys, it's Jennifer, and today we're going to be talking about the correct way to use SkyScanner. SkyScanner can be a really great tool, although searching for flights with it can be a little bit time consuming. It's definitely a really great tool that can definitely help you find some decently priced flights. Okay. Um, I'm not going to say that this is my favorite way to find flights because it's not. I actually much prefer Cheap Fly Club, which I will leave some information about in the description below. Or if you're watching this in my blog post, you will already know that because that was number one. All right, anyways, let's get to it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to just throw in the airport that's closest to you for the purposes of this. We're going to do Fort Lauderdale. And we're going to select everywhere. I'm going to click to add nearby airports because sometimes, while Fort Lauderdale does tend to be one of the cheaper airports to fly out of in Florida, it's not always the cheapest. So I'm going to add nearby airports. And then I'm going to make sure to click whole month and cheapest month, whole month and cheapest month. For the purposes of this, we just need one ticket. All right, let's see what it brings up here. All right, so of course the domestic flights are going to be the cheapest. That should not be surprising. I was gonna see like what they were, but it's taking his sweet time. Oh, I can go to Orlando from Fort Lauderdale for $57. It's not that long of a drive. It's no, it's not that long of a drive at all. Ooh, Tampa, Fort Lauderdale. You can very easily drive there. Well, Niagara Falls is a neat one. Okay, anyways, I was just settling my curiosity here. Wow. Okay. Um, okay, I get it. Okay, very cool. All right, so, but chances are if you're looking for cheap flights, you may not be looking for domestic ones, so let's check out some stuff here. Mexico from 151, U.S. Virgin Islands from 161, Guatemala from 170, El Salvador from 175, Panama from 175, Canada from 177. You get the gist. So you can go through and you can find, a country that you're interested in visiting. Let's see. If I wanted to go to Europe, I could get to Netherlands for $289. That's a really great price. Amsterdam, $289. That's a really good price. Let's check this out. All right, so this is February 2019. Yep, 145. So I could spend a little bit more than a week there for $289. Wow, that's actually a really great price. Okay. SkyScanner surprised me today. I was not expecting to find a price that good. But you kind of get the gist. That's pretty much all you have to do. I would never suggest just booking it like this. I would certainly suggest, if you don't want to lose that, I would suggest opening up a new tab. I'm going to SkyScanner, Fort Lauderdale again. Let's go everywhere. And I would check the one-way tickets. Oops. I would just check the one-way tickets and see what kind of prices you've got. SkyScanner is so slow. If you're wondering why I keep making weird noises, I'm drinking coffee, y'all. It's the morning right now while I'm recording this, so fun. Wow, this is really taking its sweet time. Okay, well, Skyscanner is definitely great for certain things. For instance, for domestic flights, it's really great. Cheap Fly Club doesn't really mess with domestic flights so much. So if you're looking for domestic flights, it's really the best way to find them. That and Google Flights is also a really good place to check, which I talk about in my blog post. So if you haven't read it or if you're not currently reading it, you should definitely go check it out. I'll link to it in the description. But yeah, so it's definitely a good tool, but it shouldn't be the only tool in your arsenal. Okay, so let's check, because you always want to check. Actually, it looks like it's going to be more expensive, but you always do want to check the one-way variations just in case, because sometimes purchasing 2 one-way tickets is cheaper than purchasing a round trip ticket. In this instance, it does not look like it's going to be, but you will notice that the dates have changed. These are technically cheaper in January and February. This was the date that we actually were able to choose last time, and we weren't able to this time. So it's always good to kind of check, because sometimes it can be cheaper. And especially if you're thinking about leaving from, a different airport, can certainly be good. You can go to Paris. Ooh, nonstop. $159. All right, well, let's play with this real quick then, just to give an example. All right, let's say we want to leave on the 8th of October 2019. Wow, that's a little bit in advance. October seems like a pretty nice time to visit Paris, though, right? Some nice fall foliage. Alrighty. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to open another tab, y'all. This is the best part. You only get to have 1,000 flights. 1,000 flights. Wow. I didn't even catch that for a minute. You get to have 1,000 tabs open. All right, so we're going to reverse this. Paris to Fort Lauderdale. One way. All right, well, we don't need the cheapest month because we already know that we're traveling in October of 2019. So let's just select that. They don't want to give us prices. Okay, so we're leaving on the 8th. Let's just say that we want to return on the 15th. Let's click on it and let's get prices just to see. So far it's looking pretty promising. All right, there we go. So we can fly back for $210, and if we fly there for $159, that's going to put us at $369, which is a really great price for a round trip. But just out of curiosity, because, I mean, come on, we're doing it. We're going to select Paris here, and we'll just select the cheapest month. And let's go ahead and search. This is telling me that March is the cheapest month for Paris now. Of course, can't be consistent. But let's see. I don't like that. Let's do 7th. There we go. 5th through the 12th of March, so 307. So you could still get it cheaper, but if you actually did want to go in October, let's take a look and see what that would look like. All right, so for a week, it would be just like 20 bucks cheaper to do the round trip. So, yeah. All right. Well, there you go. Let's take a look at these flights. And just out of curiosity, let's see if they're nonstop. Because that was a really nice thing about the 2 round trip tickets. Oh yeah, look at that. They're nonstop. That's one thing that's like really great about flying out of a hub. And I find that Fort Lauderdale's kind of a hub. Miami's also a hub. Atlanta's a hub. And those are just the ones that are kind of around me. You can catch a lot of nonstop flights from there, which is super nice. So if you can kind of figure out which airports around you are hubs, take a look at those, and often it's a lot cheaper to fly out of them, number one, and number two, you get some pretty cheap nonstop flights. So definitely worth checking out. So there you go. That's how you use cheap. Oh my gosh, my brain. I knew it was too early to record this. Okay, that is how you use SkyScanner to find cheap flights. I hope you enjoyed this video. It does take a little bit more time than using Cheap Fly Club, but it's definitely worth it. Also, if you use this method, you'll definitely want to be using Google Flights as well, just to kind of compare prices. You don't want to just go with the first thing you see, but you do have to act quickly on some of these flights. So just bear that in mind, okay? All right, well, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.